Hi, folks. Welcome back to another one of Emmanuel Community's resources. During this time when we're all trying to not just survive, but really thrive hunkering down at home. I'm Jennifer Knecht, Vice President of Marketing and Sales, and I have one of my near and dear friends. I work alongside her very closely, and she's absolutely stellar. Judy Gable, our Senior Living Consultant at Arboretum Village. I am really excited to talk all about the resources that are available for seniors who are really trying to hunker down successfully in the Omaha area. You know, Emmanuel Community serves quite a few seniors in our communities in the Omaha area, but there's also quite a few seniors out there in the community at large that we want to make sure they're doing well and not just surviving, but thriving at home. Judy, before we jump into all of that, could you give us a little bit of background about exactly your role at Emmanuel and how you came to be where you are today?
As you said, I am the Senior Living Consultant at Arboretum Village, and I have to say this is the most unique situation I've ever been through, but we are up to the challenge, and my basic role at Arboretum Village is to provide sales support so I can match prospects with the perfect retirement home here. And that's been going really well, and it's very satisfying when you open the door to a person's new apartment and the joy on their face just makes your day.
You know, that's absolutely so true and absolutely fantastic. And funny because when all of this started with COVID-19, we actually were getting ready to have a major celebration, and we had to postpone it because of COVID-19. But would you share with us just a little bit about why we were going to be celebrating at Arboretum Village?
Absolutely. Well, we joined the Emmanuel family back in 2016. Since then, we've been going over renovations with repainting and redoing the outside of our building. We have a brand new, beautiful, welcoming sign, and they just completed a $9 million renovation to all the common areas within the Arboretum. So we have 2 new dining venues. We have a beautiful gamers room. We've got card rooms, a wonderful resident lounge that our residents can come and congregate and talk and show movies and have parties in. So we were going to be kicking off the new look of the Arboretum Village today, actually, on May 16th, but now we had to push that back. So I'm really excited to get our virtual tour out there so people can kind of see the beautiful new us.
Yeah, Arboretum Village is absolutely lovely. When you walk in, I'm sure that folks, if you've walked in before, you'll be blown away by walking in today. It's absolutely gorgeous. Well, Judy, let's jump in. So anybody who's at home wondering, and of course your residents as well, because Arboretum Village is truly a 55+ active living community. Of course, there are no additional services outside of, you mentioned, I know, the 2 venues, the 2 dining venues, which are quite nice, but that's not necessarily part of what a resident is paying for when they move into the Arboretum. They're really just paying rent when they move into the Arboretum Village. But we'll leave all that for another day. And let's jump into, in the middle of all of this COVID-19 and social distancing and the many things, you know, we're all hearing on the news every single day. It seems like you really can't get away from all of this information that's just pouring in. What are some of the challenges that you're seeing, not only your residents, but also seniors in the community at large facing today?
I think the major challenge facing our seniors today is the isolation. Everybody is doing their part, staying home, staying safe, but several of our residents here at the Arboretum Village and in my prospects in their homes are just feeling a little isolated because their families can't visit. All of the activities here at the Arboretum have closed down. So we're having to think outside of the box. So our wellness instructor is doing a great job of sending us out exercise programs. Some of our residents have stepped up to the plate and done some scavenger hunts throughout the community that residents can do on their own, keeping in mind social distancing. So a lot of the brain teasers and the exercise programs I've also been able to share with my prospects who are self-isolating in their homes. So there's all of those things that are going on. Plus, luckily, in today's environment, we have a lot of social avenues through Facebook, emails. There's applications where you can do video chatting and conference chatting that we are able to take advantage of both here at the Arboretum and our residents at home.
You know, it's funny. I don't know that the idea of feeling lonely or starting to feel isolated is unique to a certain age category or age group. I think it's certainly everybody, as we're all trying to hunker down and not be as social as we normally are. And human beings by design are really intended, I think, to be social and communicative and connecting with other people. So that's part of the reason why we've created this resource series. And folks, if you haven't had the opportunity, I invite you to click on one of the other resource videos. We've got quite a bit out there. I know Judy was mentioning some exercises that you can do at home or in your apartment home. Judy was also mentioning great ways to stay engaged with brain teasers and that sort of thing. And we've already included a bunch of that information on this very resource page. So click through some of those videos, click through some of those resources, or look at the tip sheets. We even had our corporate wellness manager create your two favorite TV circuit workouts. So you don't even have to find a new time to work out, but watch your favorite television show, and during every one of the advertising breaks, unless of course you're glued to the advertising part of it, which we love that too. But during every one of the ad breaks, you can just carve out that time and work through these circuits that you can do in your very house. So very excited about some of those resources that we have rolling out for you and more planned in the future. And on that note, Judy, the businesses in Omaha, there have been some really great businesses coming together to support area seniors. So what are some of the local resources that really seem to be going out of their way to ensure that seniors can safely use their services? So for example, maybe special shopping hours when there are fewer people in the store, that sort of thing. So we can, of course, protect our seniors as much as possible in the Omaha area.
Yeah, I've been very pleased to hear about all of the special hours for shopping. So if you have a specific grocery store that you like to go to, give them a call, because they all are either opening an hour early or they're designating certain specific times for people 60 and older to take advantage of fewer people in the store, because they know that we're the most vulnerable age group. There's also some pharmacies and other drugstores that are providing free delivery. There's delivery services that are popping up all over the place as well. So I think here again, seniors just need to reach out to their favorite stores and find out what they're doing, because so many of them are stepping up to the plate to assist our residents in making sure they have the essentials necessary.
And Judy, would you share with folks maybe just a couple of those specific organizations that have already carved out either senior hours or doing some of that home delivery, especially groceries? You know, that's the one big item, the big reason why we might all be venturing out of our houses. I'd love to hear your perspective on that as well.
Sure. I think there's a new service that I just heard about called Instacart, and you can go out online to instacart.com, and they have a variety of different stores that you can choose from. So if one day you're short of maybe drugstore items, you can click on CVS, and then maybe you can add on Hy-Vee the next time through just one app. So that's really, really nice. There's also bakersplus.com that you can order your groceries through, and they will deliver it. We have a lot of just drugstores like CVS and Walgreens that you can go online and order. And CVS has waived, I believe they have waived their delivery fee, which I think is excellent.
Yeah, that's amazing. It truly is amazing. It's fantastic. You know, it's so fantastic to see our area businesses coming together, wrapping around and supporting seniors, especially because we know folks over once you get into the 60s and above, you're at more of a risk for COVID-19 and the effects of COVID-19. Well, Judy, I know you mentioned Instacart and some of those things online. We're going to make sure that we link to all of that right here on the seniors resource page. So make sure you check out those links because we also have a downloadable tip sheet that will be available for you. Folks at home, if it seems a little overwhelming, the first time, I'm sure certainly sometimes these resources can seem overwhelming going online and trying to order your groceries online or that sort of thing. But after you do that once or twice, I know it becomes a whole lot easier. My in-laws, in fact, are both well over the age of actually into their 70s, and they're having a ball figuring out how to order online and have groceries shipped to their house. And they don't live in the state of Nebraska, they live in another state, but they've really enjoyed kind of tackling that as a new interesting challenge that they would never even have thought about or have even ventured toward had COVID-19 not bared its ugly face, I guess. So Judy, as we wrap up our resource for today, I know you have some really amazing stories, and I'd love to leave folks with a really beautiful story, especially with so much negativity out there in the world and so much fear out there in the world. Could you share with us one of your favorite stories about either the residents coming together or a manual and Arboretum Village wrapping around your residents that you'd like to leave folks with today?
There's a couple of stories. Just to talk a little bit about the online shopping. I had a prospect, and Margie used her online shopping system the very first time, and she mistakenly clicked on a few things, so she got a few extra groceries. But it was just to listen to her, the joy in her voice as far as successfully completing the transaction, even though it might not have gone as smoothly as she thought. She just had so much fun going out there and clicking and on different items that she needs for groceries and that sort of thing. So Margie really enjoyed that new experience. As far as within the Arboretum Village, here again, social distancing is stopping some of our together time. So what we've done is we've embraced our birthday celebration. We've put posters on everybody's door so people can come by, knock, and wish their neighbors and fellow Arboretum residents happy birthday, since we can't do it as a group. So that's one of the many ways that we're kind of continuing with some normalcy, but doing it in a little different way.
I love those stories, Judy. That's fantastic. And especially doing something for the very first time. Certainly this is stretching all of us, every single one of us, having to find new ways and I guess embrace new ways fast, more quickly than we maybe would have had this not been upon us. But maybe that's the silver lining in everything, that we're stretching ourselves, learning new ways to live and exist. And I bet that when we all come out of this, we might, hang on to some of those new ways to shop. Perhaps shopping online will become the new way for most people, so that you don't have to venture into the grocery store if you don't feel like it, or you don't have to go out on a snowy day, but you can have your groceries delivered to you. It's kind of a nice little thing. And Arboretum Village, your stories are amazing. I know your birthday celebrations are really important in a time that you typically come together and celebrate and lift up all the great people that are having a birthday celebration that month. And it is nice. It's really nice to hear that you're continuing some of those traditions, although just a little bit different look and feel to them.
Absolutely.
Well, Judy, we really appreciate your time today, appreciate your insights on resources that are available. I think the big takeaway, like you mentioned, is if you have a favorite store, make sure you reach out and find out what resources are available or what kind of special treatment you're getting as a senior right now, because many of them have done and are taking special actions to help protect you as a senior, which is fantastic. Otherwise, we've got this whole list of resources I mentioned that will be right here in the tip sheet. So make sure you click on the tip sheet, download that. You'll have everything at your fingertips. I hope you have a great experience, maybe trying out the online shopping if you haven't done that yet. Have groceries delivered to your door and feel a little pampered in that way. Judy, thanks again for joining us. Really appreciate your time today.
Thank you for having me.
And folks, we'll be back with another resource very shortly. So make sure that you continue checking back. We're adding multiple resources every week just to keep this fresh and help us all not just survive, but really truly thrive as we're hunkering down at home. This is Jennifer Connect. We'll be back again soon.